With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Swift Motorsports RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series fires things off for the final time here in season number 2 for the Good to Be the King 161 right here from ISM Raceway. Track looks pretty good out there, 73 degrees, nice little breeze coming in across the track to keep all the fans in the stands nice and cool. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Darkside Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track. Your 5-minute qualifying session already about 2.5 minutes into it, so we'll go ahead and throw up some of that qualifying information for you over there to the left hand side of your screen. Jason Harrison right there. Quick time, 27:96, top of the speed charts right now. Harrison, one of those drivers looking to possibly somehow snatch the championship away from Justin Gann. Another one of those championship 4 coming into tonight's race. Tommy Haynes, Jim Ott join those two drivers in the championship hunt. Justin Gann yet to go out for his qualifying lap. Tommy Haynes gonna slot in 4th. Jim Ott back in 6th, so a stagger back through your championship drivers. Let's wait and see what the rest of the field has got in store with just about 2 minutes remaining here in qualifying, and we've already seen some fireworks here in the desert under the sun. And as the lights go out each and every race, we've seen some fireworks, some great racing over this championship week in Swift Motorsports. Your 3rd night of championship racing right here at the host track, ISM Raceway out here in Phoenix. Gonna put on yet another barn burner here tonight. Well, let's see. Todd Cray gonna go top of the speed charts. Quick time now belongs to that 22. He's gonna go with a 27:85. Says 84 over there on the left-hand side of your screen, but we've got it at a 27:85.1 over here on our side. So, yeah, close enough. And with just about 30 seconds remaining here in qualifying, doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to take that top spot away from Todd Cray. Justin Gann going to slide in on us. He's going to round out your top 5. So with that being said, race fans, we're going to break away for just a brief commercial break, pay a few bills. You know how that goes. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
trackside as the field begins to make their way through final pre-race inspection and head out on to pit road to get ready for tonight's Good to Be the King 161. We'll go over your your championship standings coming into tonight's race. Front and center right there on the screen for you. You can see that Ford X Racing driver Justin Gann in the 30 RB RIGS, sponsored number 30, sitting up there top of the point standings. He's got himself, as we've said, a 19-point advantage over Tommy Haynes. 21 points back sits Jim Ott. Jason Harrison, 26 points back from Justin Gann. Casey Duncan, Jonathan Cogswell, John Furness, and Andrew Mraz gonna battle it out for 5th through 8th here tonight. Brandon Fries and Edward Brain, a close, hot, and heavy battle right there for that 9th and 10th position in the point standings. John Wimbish gonna see if he can't have a good run here tonight, make his way up inside the, I believe, well, no, it looks like he's not gonna be able to make it inside the, well, it's going to be very close with the car count. John Wimbish may be able to jump himself into a top 10 in tonight's point standings by the end of tonight, if that. 56. Cheer Wine Machine has some luck. We'll have to wait to see how it all shakes out. Looks like most of the drivers beginning to make their way to pit road, so we'll jump over there, give you a little bit of what's going on the track there. You can see multiple drivers down there on pit road getting ready to go green flag racing. There you go. We'll get it right at some point in time. Had to find the right camera angle to bring you that sweet Chips Ahoy sitting at the front of this field. Been piloted by Todd Craig, taking another pole here in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Bells ringing in the background. You know that sound. You know what it means. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Good to Be the King 161 right here for Swift Motorsports RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series Championship Night. The 22 of Todd Craig gonna snatch that pole away. Can he put a back-to-back race-winning performances went to victory lane, as well as snatching the Performance Motorsports Truck Series Championship last night. Todd Cray gonna line up inside row number 1. Just to his outside, the 44 of Jason Harrison. Casey Duncan, John Wimbish gonna make up row number 2. Back in row number 3, Justin Gann has got Tommy Haynes just to his outside. 7 starting a grid. 32 of Darren Clement. Jim Ott gonna line up just to his outside. Back in row number 5, the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell, followed by David Cameron. Nick Hunt, Brandon Fries making up row number 6 here tonight. And row number 7, David Camara, Don Kidder, Shane Bliss up there in race control with Don Kidder. We get set to go green flag racing. Bates car down and away, field coming to the line, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight from ISM Raceway. Good old Phoenix here tonight. Open dog leg, so look for these drivers to utilize that apron just like we seen the drivers in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series do last night. Let's see how these drivers go, how they fare on it all here tonight. Tom Craig jumps out to an early lead. Casey Duncan already about a half a second back. Jason Harrison all over him, so we'll take a look at that battle side by side. Harrison forced to the top of the speedway. Casey Duncan looking for more. John Wimbish looking to slot that 56 right in the hole as well. Wimbish drops to the apron. He'll look to take third away. This is kind of when you gotta get it. This is when you gotta be after it. After the restarts are right. Oh, and Casey Duncan overstepping the boundaries just a little bit. Already some hard impact coming out of the corner back to the straightaway. He's going to knock down the wall just a little bit. We'll step a little further back, try to give you a little more of that action, because look, just off in the background you have Justin Gann battling with Jim Ott. Ott's going to look to the inside as Wimbish looks to complete the pass for second. Wimbish looks strong here in the early run, up already 2 positions from where he started tonight's race, and he's already begun to gap that 18 of Duncan. Jason Harrison continuing to have a little bit of struggles here, getting by Jason Harrison. Duncan still maintaining some pretty good pace after contact with the wall early here. Lap number 1, actually, coming to the completion of lap number 1. Hard impact with the outside wall. That Toyota Supra has seen some better days, but still got some pace in it right now. Justin Gann gonna drop back to 7th as Jim Ott makes his way by. Ott looks to run down Tommy Haynes in the 17. We've got all 4 chase drivers lined up on the track from 4th back to 7th. Jason Harrison leads Tommy Haynes, Jim Ott, and Justin Gann. Close action right there. Drivers making their way towards that outside wall. If you overstep your boundaries, overstep the line, get up there in those marbles, it could spell some trouble, but a lot of rubber down on this track. We started it right at about 60% usage back into that before happy hour. It has translated in carried over for each session tonight. So, and Casey Duncan again into that outside wall, coming off of 1. Harrison now looks to the bottom, not going to get there just yet. He'll pull side by side now through the center of 3, looking for it, not going to take it. Duncan keeps it powered around on the outside. John Wimbish has now stepped out to a 1.2 second advantage over Casey Duncan, still battling with Jason Harrison, Tommy Haynes, and Jim Ott right there in tow. We jump around on the speedway a little bit here, bringing some more of the action going down. Just behind those 4 cars, you can find Justin Gann, David Camara, Brandon Fries. They're all back for 7th, 8th, and 9th on the track as Jim Ott's going to make a move, try to make his way by Tommy Haynes. Haynes not having any of it just yet. Ott gonna drop to the bottom. He'll complete the pass in 1. Jumping down a little closer to the track. Let's get a little closer to this race in action. Here comes Justin Gann. He's looking to make his way to the inside of Tommy Haynes. Not going to be there just yet. Haynes going to block that entry, that low entry into turn 1. Trying to carry the speed. Justin Gann looks to the bottom. We've got Jason Harrison looking to the bottom on Casey Duncan. Duncan still struggling with the pace inside of that 18 after hard impact with the outside wall with that Toyota Supra. It's a Supra dominated top 3 right now. We've got a Chevy leading 2 Toyotas. Then it's another trio of Chevys before you get back to your next Toyota driver. Ford not faring so well here tonight. All 3 of your 4 drivers in the field sitting back 9, 10, 11 on the speedway. So Ford not having a very good night, but it still is very early. Going to stay right here with this battle, with this group right here. It is the most contested spots on the speedway. Tommy Haynes in that 17 still maintaining decent pace on the outside. He'll go way up top, and that's going to let Justin Gann and David Camara by. They'll look to set sail now on Haynes as Haynes beginning to fall off. Gotta check in with your race leader. Still very early here tonight, but Todd Cray already jumping out to an 8/10 of a second advantage over John Wimbish. You can see him just off in the background. Wimbish trying to put that Toyota Supra in victory lane for the first time this season. We have yet to see that cheer wine machine cross the line and capture the checkered flag here in season number 2 for the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series, but nonetheless, Wimbish running strong here tonight. Looks like the timing's starting to slowly even out. Cray gains a little bit there in 1. Looks like Wimbish able to bring that back in check coming out of turn number 3 and back down the front stretch. That's right. I count it as a 3-turn track, not a 4-turn track like most do. But you know, hey, that's Dave. Y'all know I'm weird. Battle still raging on back here with Jim Ott, Casey Duncan, Justin Gann now starting to make some moves. He's back up into the 5th spot after dropping 3 positions from where he started. Jim Ott all over Casey Duncan. Jason Earson wasn't able to complete the pass, so the 4 and the 30 both pounced, took that inside line, took the position away. Now Ott looks to open up the door for a long train of cars. Looking to be held up right now by a little bit of damage on that 18 Toyota Supra, piloted by Casey Duncan, running in the 3rd position. And it looks like there is more speed back behind that 18, but unfortunately for those drivers, they're just not able to make their way by, just not able to get around Casey. And we're going to go ahead down a little bit closer to the track. What do you say we go onboard cockpit camera here inside of that 4 Chevy Camaro? The auto insurance number 4. Jim Ott looks to get there, not quite gonna have the spot, looks to the inside going into 1. That's enough to open the door. Duncan gonna pinch him right down to that yellow line. He's gonna look to keep him down there. Will he be able to do so? Look back at Justin Gann as Gann looks to the bottom of the speedway. Close racing action here at the front of this field. Casey Duncan not going anywhere just yet, still hanging on that right side. Up close in contact between Duncan and Jim Ott. Gonna take a look back. Doesn't look like there's a caution. No. Duncan able to keep the car straight, headed in the right direction, but that is gonna open up the door and let Justin Gann slide right through. 18 losing 2 positions that last lap. Now he's got 2 more very hungry drivers right behind them. And what will they do after they seen a little bit of door banging there through that corner to get by Casey Duncan? Will they be willing to risk a clean machine in order to make the pass? Tell you what, hot and heavy action right here with this group. So we're going to go ahead and go to one of our turn 3 drone cams here tonight. 2 drone cams high above this racetrack, trying to bring you all sorts of angles and coverage from ISM Raceway right here in the Good to Be King 161 for the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series Season Championship. David Cameron with some trouble. Cameron goes to pit road. Surely 22 laps is not long enough for these drivers to need fuel. Or is Cameron possibly? And no, he's been in the box for quite some time now. 30 seconds stopped in his box as it looks like Hood now going up. They're going to jump inside that hood, trying to figure out what's going on with the engine. Seems to be down a little power is what we're hearing across the radio chatter. Back to a little closer view of this action as Jason Earson continues to struggle to get by Casey Duncan in the 18, running right there in that 6th position right now. He looks to take that 5th spot away. Earson just cannot catch a break. He's now going to get hung to the outside by David Camara. Camara going to look to make his way a little bit further up through the running order and see if he can't take a shot or 2 at getting by Duncan. since these two drivers made their way by Casey Duncan, they were able to step away just a little bit, but still right there, nose to tail, switching spots, swapping positions on track every few laps. Justin Gann and Gemma right there battling this thing out. John Wimbish has now since lost some ground, big time struggle off of turn 3 that time by that Toyota Supra. Having some struggles here as Todd Cray has opened up a 5, now 6-second race advantage. Very early here tonight, not quite yet a quarter of the way through tonight's on-track action. Sorry, a complete squirrel landing right there for a second. And have we seen Wimbish run the tires off of that 56? We've seen this over the course of the Ayers High Racing Paint Arca Menard Series Championship race Monday night. We've also seen that tire wear, that usage, how you abuse these tires over the first half of the run really come into factor in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series Championship race last night. And now we're seeing those drivers that kind of took it easy on those first 5 laps or so, 5 to 10 laps, really starting to come to the front. So we've got comers and goers. And now, Jim Ott going to be your highest championship running driver, but the man with the points advantage right behind him, sitting in the third and final podium spot, Justin Gann at RB RIGS, sponsored Toyota Supra. And now the Supra's running 3, 4, and 5 on track. Oh, and Wimbish into the wall. John Wimbish into that outside wall. That's going to allow Casey Duncan to catch up. They'll battle for 4th and 5th on the track now as Duncan makes his way around on the high side. Quiet night back here for this driver. We're going to take a look back here at the 27 Ford Mustang piloted by Jonathan Cogswell. Pretty quiet night for Cogswell running towards the tail end of the field. Cogswell sits in the 12th position, dropped 3 spots from where he started tonight's race. Pace looks to be inside of that Ford Mustang, so look for Cogswell to possibly be that driver that changes the strategy, runs a little bit different, gets off sequence from your race leaders. He's going to have to do something if he's going to gain any time in any spots on the track here today. Todd Gray, your race leader, 17 seconds out in front of Cogswell. Speaking of your race leader, up at the front, let's go back one more time right here. Todd Cray in the Chips Ahoy Chevy Camaro, looking good out there. Nobody in front, nobody behind for your race leader. So as Cray has a command over this race at this point, we'll jump back a little further in the field, join this 4-car battle. Yeah, I mean, you might as well go ahead and call it a 6-car battle, really. Back from Jim Ott, Casey Duncan, John Wimbish, they're all pretty much nose to tail. David Camaro also in line, Jason Ayerson, Tommy Haynes. So we've got a long string of cars all right here tucked up with each other. A few drivers coming to the front, a few drivers dropping some spots. Jason Ayerson down of 5 spots from where he started tonight's race in the outside of pole position. So a front row start not going well for Ayerson, but it has played out very well for your race leader, Todd Gray. Now enjoying a 6-second advantage over Justin Gann. Still a lot of great side-by-side racing action, battles for position here very late in this initial green flag run, knocking on the door of those green flag pit stops here. I would say in the next 10 to 15 laps, we should see drivers come down pit road. Watching that 17 Van Hoy construction Chevy Camaro get around the track. There you can see John Wimbish just behind him. Darren Clement starting to make an appearance. He's all over the back end of Wimbish here. As Jason Ayrson struggles now to get by David Camaro. Battle between Camaro and Ayrson. That has been heated up for the past, I would say, 5 or 6 laps. We'll jump a little bit further up on the track though, because Jim Hunt, Casey Duncan, they still haven't settled this thing yet, as Justin Gann, he has set sail, walked the dog on those two again, as that second spot in hand and in command of tonight's race. Todd Gray, this man right here, has complete control. Just under 6 seconds, he's got himself a gap. He can work some fuel strategy now, maybe begin to stretch this first green flag run. Still a long way to go, still a lot of speculation out in the air. Will these drivers run this thing backwards? And John Wimbish going to be the first driver to come down for a green flag pit stop. He peels the 56 Cheerwine Toyota Supra off and down the pit road. Todd Gray's going to make his way through 3 this time by. What does Gray do? He'll stay out on the track. Justin Gann still with quite a gap back to Jim Hunt. Casey Duncan still all over him. We'll take a look at that battle as they come onto the front stretch, work their way right to us here in turn number 1. Back down there again, still racing side by side at times. Jim Hunt, Casey Duncan. This has been going on for 5 or 6 laps in a row, as Tommy Haynes, David Camaro, Darren Clement all battling now, 6th, 7th, and 8th on the speedway. You can see that battle just behind them. We'll take a look at that one now as they make their way onto the front stretch. Haynes to the inside of Camaro, looking to take that spot back. Haynes gonna now slot back into the 6th spot. Jason Ayrson starting to step away in 5th. And as we cross the threshold of a quarter of the way through tonight's race, looked like Casey Duncan headed down pit road that time by as well. So 2 drivers now down for their first green flag pit stops. As we were saying, a quarter of the way through tonight's Good to Be the King 161 championship race right here at Swift Motorsports RV RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. If you haven't already, race fans, throw the drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there to the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And as Todd Cray flies by, go ahead and toss these drivers a thumbs up. Cray, Gann, Ayrson, and Clement all yet to come to pit road. Jim Hunt, Tommy Haynes joins Brandon Freeze and David Camaro on the pit road. Camaro making his way back onto the track, down and out of a pit road this time by. Cray gonna extend this run a little bit further. He'll stay out on track. We'll keep our eyes peeled back here with Justin Gann and Jason Ayrson. Both of those drivers look to be staying on track. And again, your top 6 all gonna stay out on track. Scratch that. Nick Hunt gonna bring the 00 down pit road. So, well, all depends on how this pit stop was. Did he get it slowed? Did he get it woed in time? And it looks like David Camaro has had some trouble, and he is back behind pit wall in. Now going to go back to the garage. So tough break here tonight for David Camaro. We'll jump back here with your race leader still running on that tank of fuel. Those tires stretching it here, looking to try to make a pass on the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. That would put Cogswell one lap down, still needing to make his green flag pit stop. So he is more than likely going to move over. There you can see move over, give that spot to Gray. Look for Cogswell to stay out one lap longer, try to get himself back onto the lead lap before coming down for his first stop. And it looks like Todd Cray going to come to pit road this time by Justin Gann, cutting it close through the corner right next to that inside wall. Can he get that super down? Yes, he does. On the pit road, and now Darren Clement. What will Clement do? He's going to stay out on track. The Busch Ford F-150 going to stay out on track. We've got ourselves a new race leader for the first time here tonight. Darren Clement goes to the top of the scoring pylon during this round of green flag pit stops. He himself and Jonathan Cogswell yet to come down for their first pit stop. They try to stretch it one more lap here. And indeed gonna stay out the Busch Ford Mustang of Darren Clement, gonna lead at least one, maybe two laps here before he elects to come to pit road. Todd Craig, John Wimbish, they're back on track, back up to speed. Justin Gann now back behind John Wimbish. Almost a 10-lap difference, excuse me, on the tires there for Wimbish, as Clement gonna break off and come to pit road. That will leave the field in the hands of this man right here. Jonathan Cogswell will be your new race leader. Second lead change of the night, but Todd Cray not very far back. Cray gonna look to take that top spot back, so not leading a lap here. Leading the race for a moment, but not leading the lap, as Todd Cray gonna take that top spot back once again. Yet another lead change, or third different lead change amongst three different race leaders. Big jump coming to pit road with that undercut there for John Wimbish. He's gained all types of ground. Now just 1.5 seconds back. We've seen Wimbish struggle and fall way outside of the top five, right about 8th position before he came to pit road, about 10 seconds behind Todd Cray. So able to make up quite a bit there with coming to pit road 9 laps before your race leader. So with the green flag pit cycle now completed, we will run through a little bit of house cleaning for you here tonight. 13 drivers took to tonight's starting grid. We have still got 11 drivers out there on track, 10 drivers left on the lead lap. Darren Clement very close to going one lap down. We'll look for him to try to salvage a night if he can. There you can see that 32 machine right in front of a very fast Todd Cray. And well, lap number 50, they crossed the line to start 51. We're going to take a quick break, head to Swift side by side.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Back trackside after a brief commercial break, we've seen John Wimbish in that 56 Cheerwine machine pay the price for that undercut attempt. He has dropped outside of the top 5. Jason Harrison gonna take the 6th spot away from Wimbish as he slides back to 7. Todd Gray beginning to stretch that lead once again. Justin Gann back to the 2nd spot. This has been the closest Gann has been to your race leader since the drop of the initial green flag here tonight. Just 20 laps away from the halfway point. We have been green flag since the initial start of the race. Still close battle right here for 4th and 5th on track. You've got Casey Duncan, Tommy Haynes right behind him in the Van Hoy Construction Toyota Camry. Haynes running in the Chevy Camaro. I apologize. The Toyota Supra of Casey Duncan right out in front of him. Getting a little ahead of myself. The Camry's going to be on track tomorrow night right here for Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series Championship Week. Racing all week long right here at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers putting in the final few laps here in season number 2. We had a heck of a finish in the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Arc Menard Series here for Swift Motorsports, as well as last night in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, brought to you by Swift as well. And tonight, Todd Gray replicating that dominant performance he had last night here tonight in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Speaking of Gray, we'll check in with your race leader, begin to give you a little driver highlights and spotlights, run down your top 5 as they go around the track. Now lap number 64 on the board. Your race leader, Todd Gray, well, not much to say except he's going to begin to run into some back markers here very, very soon. Your points leader coming into tonight's race, running well right there in the 2nd spot, the 30 RB Custom RIGS Toyota Supra, running strong here tonight for the Virginia Beach native Justin Gann. Gann looking to capture the championship, and as of right now, if he can finish where he's at, he's got this thing in the bag. Look for Gann to celebrate a championship here tonight. Jim Ott back here running in the 3rd position, the Pure Ink Auto Owners Insurance Toyota once again doing it again. Chevy Camaro. Looking good, looking strong here. Ott came into the championship race here tonight, sitting in third, 21 points back behind Justin Gann. He runs behind Gann on track here in that third spot. And I know what you're saying, points in the final race. Well, even if it was, you gotta be the first driver of those championship four. It's still play into the hands of Justin Gann right now. Back now to the fourth place driver on track, Tommy Haynes, in that 17 Van Hoy Construction Chevy Camaro, running strong here. Haynes has had a good run over these final few races here in the chase. Look for Haynes to try to secure that second spot. He came into tonight's race just 19 points behind your points leader. Casey Duncan at 18 will round out your drivers in the top 5. The Great House Toyota Supra has struggled a little bit after early contact with the outside wall multiple times early in the race, and you can see beaten and battered on that right-hand side, and a driver that has been battling with them all night long. We'll highlight this man right here, your last championship 4 driver, Jason Ayerson, in the Dragon's Garden Pure Inc. JB Motorsports machine. He's looking to try to slot himself into a top 5, running well, running strong once again, still battling with Duncan. That completes your driver highlights and spotlights for right now as the field begins to wind down, get closer to the tail end of tonight's race, the tail end of season number 2 right here in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Do want to take a moment, give a shout out to the race control and admins up there across from the production booth. Actually, I can see right in their window. Hey, friendly wave there. Don Kidder, Shane Bliss over there making sure everything stays the way it's supposed to out on track. Make sure nobody's pulling any shenanigans here on the championship race. Big time shout out to both of those admins and race control officials. This is your closest battle for position on the track. We'll stay right here with Casey Duncan and Jason Ayerson as they continue this battle. And as we said just moments ago, they have been battling with each other all night long. They have been right there with each other, all over each other's rear deck lids, sticking their noses just inside the other's quarter panels. There you can see Duncan. He's going to drop to the bottom of the speedway, looking to block the run by Ayerson, but Ayerson going to stay to the high side this time. We've seen Duncan utilize that high side to keep drivers pinched down and keep the spot. Will Ayerson pull a little okey doke and put Duncan down on that yellow line? Nick Hunt in the 00 Toyota Supra looks like he's beginning to make some ground. Why don't we go back here, check in with Nick. Haven't checked in with him in quite some time. John Wimbish still falling through the field, now back to the 8th spot after that very early pit stop down the pit road back on lap number 36. So Wimbish, he's going to be pretty close here to having to make yet another green flag pit stop. He's going to have to come to pit road, I would say, in the next 6 to 8 laps or so. We should see that 56 Cheerwine Toyota Supra down onto pit road. You know what? Why don't we highlight your highest running Ford driver, the sweet ride of Brandon Fries, that Reese Cup machine sitting right there in the 7th spot. He is your highest running Ford Mustang driver in the field. Gonna check back in with the Toyota group. Justin Gann sitting right here in 2nd. He is your highest running Supra on the track. And of course, Todd Cray leads the Chevy back tonight as he leads tonight's race, has a 2.7 second race advantage over Gann, who's on screen right now. Gann looks to secure the championship and running like he is. I do believe he will, and I tell you what, why don't we go back to this battle once again. Jason Ayerson and Casey Duncan still going at it on the track. Get a little closer, what do you say? Light overhead camera just on the roof right here of Jason Ayerson. Let's ride around the track right here for just a second and see how he can close in on that great house Toyota Supra piloted by Casey Duncan. Back outside of the race car once again. Jason Ayerson still trying to make that pass on Casey Duncan. And as we said, this has gone on for quite some time. John Wimbish now drops from 8th to 9th as Nick Hunt has made his way by and opened up quite a gap already. 1.2 seconds as Wimbish fading through the field on the old tires. Ayerson now with a good look to the inside. Will he go to the apron? No. Gonna force Duncan way to the high side through the dog leg. That's gonna give him a big run through 3 here. Looks to pull the slide job out of turn number 3. Duncan gonna lose that spot to Ayerson that time by. Great job running the driver up the track, and sometimes we've even heard Dale Jr. say, you know, force those drivers up the track, make them run flawless out there on the outside. He's going to do that at the restrictor plate tracks. Take that inside lane and just slowly work it up to the outside. And oh, open the door now is Ayerson. Casey Duncan going to take pit road this time. Jim Hunt, Casey Duncan, both of those drivers going to break for pit road. Brandon Freeze going to join those drivers down. Nick Hunt also gonna pull to pit road. Justin Gann gonna bring his Toyota Supra down to pit road this time by. Todd Cray will stay out on track. Your race leader still with quite an advantage now as second place Gann has come to pit road for the second time here tonight. That's gonna give Cray upwards of a 15-second race advantage over Tommy Haynes. Jason Ayerson running right there in 3rd. Gann, Wimbish, Duncan Freeze in. Hunt all down the pit road. Out of their boxes and back on to the track field, beginning to get back up through the gearbox. Just 3 drivers remaining on the lead lap right now as we've got ourselves right in the mix of the second round of green flag pit stops. Tommy Haynes, Jason Ayerson sitting back behind Todd Cray, your race leader right here. Man on screen making his way around the Ford Mustang of Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell going to be listed as the first driver 2 laps down here tonight. Haynes Ayrson, your top three continue to stay out on track. Last time Gray was down on the pit road was lap number 45, so we can expect him in the next, I would say, 5 to 6 laps. We should see that 22 come down for his second time on to pit road. Tommy Haynes, Jason Ayrson, lap number 43 and 41. Last time both of those drivers came down pit road, so both of those drivers extending their fuel run just a little further this time around. The 32 Ford Mustang of Darren Clement running in the 4th position on track. First driver listed 1 lap down. He is yet to come to pit road for his second stop here tonight. Now Jason Ayrson gonna peel off. He'll bring the 44 down for service. Here comes Todd Gray this time by. He's stayed out long enough, and I bet you can wait and see this Van Hoy Construction 17 in pit road this time by. We'll take a look. Let's see if he makes that left-hand turn. There he does. A little late through the corner. Gonna get it rode up and down on to pit road. Darren Clement stays out on the track. Still that 32 machine yet to hit pit road for the second time. Justin Gann gonna be scored right behind him, running in the 4th position. Todd Gray into his box, waiting for the jack to drop. Down he goes, rolling off the pit road. Here comes Justin Gann with a big jump. Look at this, Justin Gann gonna go to the top of the scoring pylon. Looks to make his way to the inside of Darren Clement, and he'll take the race lead before Clement even comes to pit road for his second stop. There you can see that sweet Chips Ahoy 22 of Todd Gray. A little bit behind right now, just under 2 seconds behind Justin Gann right now. So we'll look to see how that gap plays out. Gann to pit road 6 laps prior to Todd Gray. So we've seen what older tires will do. How long can Gann keep that 30 RB Custom RIGS machine at the front of this pack? First time a Supra has led here tonight. Gonna jump back to a small battle that's brewing between Jason Ayrson and Tommy Haynes. That's back 7th and 8th on the speedway. Looking through all the timing in screen, it doesn't look like anybody had any problems down there on pit road. So it looks like pit road police not popping anybody here tonight. Drivers on their P's and Q's coming to pit road for their second green flag pit stop here tonight, as we are getting closer to the threshold of being at the 100 lap mark. Lap number 93 now on the board here tonight in the Swift Motorsports RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. And if you haven't already, race fans, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. If you're just sliding through to say hey, or if you're the dedicated friend, family, or fan, maybe even the sponsor, we do appreciate each and every one of you coming out each and every time you join us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Back to the task at hand, though. Justin Gann still leads Todd Gray. Those drivers have about an 11-second gap back to third gen Ott. So A lot to play with right here for Dan. How much is he willing to push the envelope, knowing that if he finishes at the tail end of this thing, it may be enough to let Haynes or maybe even Jim Ott jump him in the point standings. Putting some points in his back pocket right now, but not going to be able to take the most laps led award here tonight. Even if Gann somehow leads the rest of tonight's race, he will not be able to secure the most laps led award. That's going to go ahead and go to the back pocket of Todd Cray in his dominating performance. And look at Cray right here closing that gap. Once again, now less than 2/10 off that rear deck lid of Justin Gann. And speaking of the rear deck lid, why don't we take a look back off of that Toyota Supra. There you can see RB RIGS. Go check them out on Facebook.com, title sponsor here in Swift Motorsports for the Xfinity Series. That's right, RB RIGS Custom Computer. Looks like Gann gonna lose a little time. We'll look inside real quick at him. Got those eyes wide open. Focusing on the task at hand, but now the task has gotten bigger. The challenge has gotten tougher. Justin Gann gonna give up that top spot to a very fast Todd Cray already extending that gap out to a half of a second. All within one lap, completing the pass and stepping away. Cray crosses the line, your race leader to begin lap 99 out of the 161 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Good to be the K. 161. As your race leader, Todd Cray, now opens that gap to a 1 second advantage. Justin Gann gonna fall into a safe spot right here. Nobody really in front of him, nobody behind. They enjoy a 14.5 second advantage over Jim Ott. Casey Duncan another 2 seconds back from there. Brandon Freeze now rounds out your top 5. Speaking of Freeze in his top 5 run right now, Freeze, your biggest mover of the race, up 7 spots from where he started tonight's race. So, your Mountain Mafia Kennel's biggest mover goes to Brandon Freeze. Still keeping our eye on this battle at the front because your race leader has had to deal with some back markers. John Wimbish, Nick Hunt now being scored off of the lead lap. Nick Hunt scored as the first driver off of the lead lap. Close battle between himself and Wimbish. They're going to battle this thing out for the lucky dog. Very important to try to get yourself in that position should we have a caution flag fly, but I'm not sure we're going to see that. We have been clean and green since the drop of the race flag here tonight. Green flag coming out just over or just under an hour ago, and these drivers have put in 104 now, close to 105 laps across the line this time by to start that countdown now. What will these drivers do for this final run? They're all going to have to come back down pit road at least one more time, maybe even 2 more times. Drivers to pit road back on around lap number 82. Let's just call it. That's what it looks like pretty much at the front of this field. So 82, another 45 laps from there. That's what, 130? Well, yeah, that's going to get him to the end. So driver's going to be able to make just one final pit stop. Gann able to make his way by those back markers, but has given up a ton of ground. Todd Cray now leads by 3 seconds over the field. Going to take a look back at some battles for position on the track. Wimbish able to make his way by Nick. That's that battle for the lucky dog right now. Close little battle beginning to unfold. Up towards the front of the field, I believe Tommy Haynes is going to be involved in this one. We'll take a look up here at that 17 of Haynes. He's got Jason Ayerson still tucked in behind him, and I believe this is one of the first times we've been able to join Jason Ayerson and not see that 18 of Casey Duncan. Duncan about, I would say, close to 2.8 seconds, 2.9. Well, let's just call it 3 seconds in front of Ayerson. There you can see that 18 heading off into turn 1 now as Ayerson just now makes his way there. Nick Hunt still in tow with John Wimbish as Todd Cray has absolutely stepped away once again, back to almost a 4-second advantage over Justin Gann running in second. Jim Ott back in the third spot. Casey Duncan in a fourth, rounding out your top 5. Tommy Haynes, Jason Ayerson gonna be right there in sixth, and that's all 4 of your championship drivers. And as we said coming into tonight's race, Gann pretty much just needed to finish inside of the top 5 to secure that championship. He is doing much more than that right now. He has got himself about a half a track advantage over third place right now. So look for Gann to walk away with a big trophy here tonight. Heavy battle right here for that lucky dog position, but unfortunately for these drivers, duking it out right here, throwing haymakers at each other. Nick Hunt gonna look to take that lucky dog for the time being, but Brandon Freeze dangerously close to being put down the lap, and they have got about 8 seconds to try to catch up to Brandon Freeze. So that battle gonna be for naught here in a handful of laps as your race leader, Todd Cray, just continues to mow him down. Here tonight was 2/10 faster than anybody on the track. Last time by 29:13 for your race leader. Justin Gann goes a little quicker that time by a 29:29 still. Over a tenth off of the pace, 29:61 for your third place runner, Jim Ott. So again, Cray faster lap in, lap out, and he's just walking away with this one. jump around the track as we're beginning to see some battles unfold for position on the track. We've watched that one unfold. Nick Hunt now gone and away from John Wimbish. Casey Duncan gonna have some company here very soon. Jim Ott right there in front of him. He's gonna have some company as Duncan makes his way up there. Looks to try to take another spot away. Looks to try to break himself into the top three. Moving a little closer to the action as these drivers make their way around this fast 1 mile track right here in the middle of the desert. That's right, the good to be the king 161 here in the RIGS Computers Xfinity Series. Ooh, coming right at you. Field coming through your screen. Right at you, Jim Ott right there still leading Casey Duncan. Tommy Haynes and Jason Ayrson back there in sixth. Sorry, I get excited. Can't help it. And how about that? Jason Ayrson, look at this on your screen. You can see that 44 come into view right there. Well, guess what? Your race leader is right behind him, right there. So less than a full quarter away, and Todd Cray is going to begin to put down 6th, 5th, 4th, maybe even 3rd on the track here tonight. How many drivers are going to be left on the lead lap with just 42 laps remaining in tonight's championship race for the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series? Good to be the king, and right now, king of the speedway goes to Todd Cray, but king of the series going into Justin Gann right now. Gann being scored in the second position, kind of a solo run here. Nobody around him whatsoever. 6 seconds up to Todd Cray and almost 20 seconds back to Casey Duncan. Jim Ott gonna go ahead and come to pit road. Nick Hunt also to pit road last time by, so he's completed his 3rd stop. John Wimbish came to pit road just about 10 laps ago. And we've seen that 10-lap pit cycle difference unfold all night long for Wimbish. He's been able to gain some ground, but has lost quite a bit during the tail end of the green flag run. We'll see how the stop goes here for that 4 of Jim Ott. Casey Duncan gonna bring the 18 down to pit road. 17 of Tommy Haynes now gonna take over that 3rd spot. There you can see Jim Ott making his way off of pit road. He'll go down the lap to your race leader. And Ott actually going to go 2 laps down. He'll be able to get both of those laps back once your race leader does hit pit road. Justin Gann going to go ahead and come down last time by. John Wimbish with some trouble, wounded at the bottom of the racetrack. Hard torn up down there on the bottom of the raceway. Wimbish looks to try to get off track, and no, caution gonna fly here tonight. Justin Gann caught out on pit road. Oh no, let's go back and see what happened here with Wimbish. Oh, and there you can see him just trying to get to pit road and just can't quite get there, trying to get off of the track. And unfortunately, the caution gonna come out. That will put the field to a crawl. As we go back up front with your race leader, and my goodness, this has caught a few drivers out here. Todd Cray, Jason Ayrson, they're both going to be able to come to pit road. Darren Clement, 1 lap down, he's going to be able to come to pit road as well. Clement going to get that lucky dog here. Get himself back on the lead lap that way. Justin Gann will have to stay out for the wave around. He will have to start behind your top 2 drivers. So now Jason Ayrson with a shot at walking away with a race win. What a lonely pit road here for Todd Cray. There you can see Jason Ayrson just now coming down to get his service, fuel, and tires. And well, as we find ourselves under caution here for the first time tonight, we're going to take a quick commercial break, get things set up and ready to run to the end of tonight's race. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
And just like that, we're back trackside as the iRacing pace car lights have gone out. Field right there. That is your top 3. Rest of the drivers catching up. Green flag flies as Todd Cray nails that loud pedal. Everybody up to speed and through the gears. Cray looks to try to build that race lead back that he had prior to the caution flag, knocking on the door of a 5-second race advantage. How quick can Cray step away? Todd Cray with 1 race win this week, 1 championship this week. Last night, he swept the race night, walked away with the pole position, walked away with the most laps led, as well as the checkered flag. He went ahead and added that Performance Motorsports Truck Series Championship trophy to the mix, looking to go back-to-back clean sweeps on the race night here tonight in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Todd Cray sat on the pole here tonight. He's led the most laps. Just 1 more box to check off here tonight. Can Cray spoil the show and win once again? Justin Gann, your points leader coming into tonight's race, running inside the top 5 back in the 4th spot, and that's going to be enough to secure that championship, even running back in the 4th position. So slowly but surely, field all coming back together. Your top 3 championship drivers, Jason Ayrson in 2nd, Justin Gann right there in 4th, and Tommy Haynes runs in 5th. First car 1 lap down in the lucky dog position. Gray slowly starts to begin that gap at the front of this field. Jason Anderson able to hang strong though right now, less than half a second back behind Gray. Darren Clement, he's falling just a little bit off pace already, 7/10 of a second back behind Harrison. And Justin Gann, he's starting to make his way up through the field as well. Gann right there in the 4th position. He's running about 4 seconds back from Clement, but closing very, very fast. Turn of events it was when we had a late race caution during green flag pit cycles. Multiple drivers caught multiple laps down here, and now some of your championship drivers sitting outside of the lead lap. Tommy Haynes down 1 lap. Jim Ott sitting back in the 9th position now, being scored 2 laps down. He was running up inside the top 5 prior to that 3rd round of green flag pit stops. Fortunately, flag not falling his way, but does fall right into the hands of this man at the front of the field. Todd Gray continues to lead Harrison with a good run. He's going to close that distance. Your top 2 beginning to step away from 3rd place. Darren Clement, they've got themselves a 1 second gap now. Harrison can focus in, and I tell you what, let's go on board with that 44 of Jason Harrison. Let's ride a lap here with the Chevy Camaro driver sitting in 2nd. Harrison loses a little bit of time here over the course of the past 2 laps. He's back to that half-second gap to Todd Gray. Gray stepping away just a little bit now, late in the going, coming to just 20 to go here tonight. Drivers clicking off all these laps very, very quickly here tonight. 161 laps scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Drivers have made one solid run here tonight. We'll take a look around the track once again with some of the battles that are out there. This is your closest battle for position, right at 6/10 of a second separates 1st, 2nd, 3rd from each other. Justin Gann making some moves. He's trying to get up there and see if he can't walk away from the race tonight with a podium position, as well as that championship trophy. Looking over at the stat sheet here in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series, surprisingly enough, Tom Gray dominating here tonight. But he has only been to victory lane 2 times this season in the Xfinity Series. He capped off a great run in the truck season last night, capturing his 9th win on the year and 5th win in a row in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. So carrying that trend right on over here tonight. Gray looking for his 3rd win of the year. not really able to make up any ground now as Justin Gann stuck behind Tommy Haynes the first one lap down. So Darren Clement able to open up the gap just a little bit. It's right at that 5-second mark between himself and Justin Gann for the third and final podium spot here tonight. We'll jump back to this battle once again with Todd Gray, Darren Clement, and Jason Harrison stuck right in between them. Both of those drivers sideways coming off of 2. And as we get closer to 15 laps to go, gonna run through a little bit of house cleaning here tonight. 13 drivers took to the starting grid for tonight's Good to Be the King 161. We have still got 9 drivers out there on the track with just 4 left on the lead lap. Last driver on the lead lap is your championship, your highest championship runner. Or actually, scratch that too. Your points leader coming to tonight's race. Justin Gann sitting in that 4th spot. Last driver on the lead lap. Jason Harrison, driver on screen in that 44. Pure Ink Dragon's Garden Machine is your highest running chase driver. Although the points do matter here, so looks like as long as Gann can walk away with that top 5, he will secure the championship here tonight. Nobody has anything for that 22 though. With Chips Ahoy, sweet ride of Todd Cray walking away now, knocking on the door of a 2-second advantage. Clement able to close the gap. Clement looking to take second away from Jason Harrison late in the going. 12 laps remaining here from ISM Raceway in season number 2 for the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. It's the championship night. Good to Be the King 161, king of tonight's race. Todd Cray, hands down, nobody touching that 22. King of the season, Justin Gann, looks to secure his championship here tonight. There you can see Gann just off in the distance, still 4.2 seconds back from this battle on the track. And as these drivers continue to battle over these last 11 laps, that's going to allow Gann to close in. How quick can he get there, and can he slot himself into one of these podium spots? Just 10 laps now remaining. That last time by, Justin Gann was able to make up right at 0.3 of a second. So if he can continue that trend, he will get there. I don't think he's going to have enough time to make a pass, but he will have enough time to get there. And Jess out there in the chat, out there, YouTube land, dedicated fan of Todd Cray, like to call her a friend of a Turn 3 Racing Network, tuning in each and every time we hit the airwaves. Jessica gonna get to see Todd Cray go back-to-back race-winning performances here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, both of them during a championship week. So, Jess, there it goes, Todd Cray. Almost a 3-second advantage. We'll take highlight that 22 for just a moment for you. Get a good up-close look at that sweet I mean, it's perfect. Hasn't touched a thing all night. Todd Craig with a dominating performance once again here from Phoenix. We'll check back in with that battle for the second and third spot on the track and making up almost a full second now over the course of the past 2 laps. Justin Gann closing in 3.2 seconds back from Ayrton and Clement. Swapping positions once again. Ayrton gonna go back to that second spot. Darren Clement gonna fall back to third now. Justin Gann has the gap to 2.5 seconds. And how is he doing it? Todd Craig continues to be the fastest on a track. Last time by your race leader, 29.25. Second place, Ayrton, 29.55. 29.71 for Darren Clement. Look at how close that is. 29.27 for Justin Gann. He makes up another chunk. High five for your race leader that time by 5 laps remaining. Here from Phoenix Raceway, ISM putting on quite a championship week here for Swift Motorsports, and it has not been a disappointing night here tonight. Once again, Gann now going to close into just 2 seconds back. Ayrton Clement continue this dogfight for second and third, but have they opened the door too much for that hard-charging Toyota Supra? The RB custom rigs machine coming into play late in the race. Just 3 laps now remaining. Gann under 2 seconds back. Popsicle sticks for your race leader, and the driver's on the lead lap. Just 2 laps now remaining, and it doesn't look like Gann's gonna get there. Looks like he's used all the goodies out of those Goodyear tires. Not gonna get any closer. He's starting to lose some ground. To be exact, battle still raging on for second and third on the track. Jason Ayrton. Darren Clement nose to tail. White flag out. Final lap for your race leader, Todd Craig. Right here, that Chips Ahoy Chevy Camaro running very, very long. How about a turn of events? Because now a Ford driver gonna edge a Toyota Supra out of a podium spot. Battle still going on for second and third. We'll go back to that final time through turn 3 to the front stretch. Once again, sees that checkered flag flying in hand. Race winner Todd Craig captures yet another checkered flag. Battle back there, sorted out and finished. Jason Ayrton gonna walk away in second. Darren Clement back in third. And as these drivers come to a crawl, we will head to a brief commercial break before we fire things off with your post-race interviews, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. back trackside for your post-race interviews at the conclusion of tonight's championship race. Good to be the King 161 right here in the RB Rigs Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words in with the driver inside of that 32 machine. Darren Clement, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after walking away with a podium spot here tonight in the championship race?
Talk about the draw of the luck there on my night. It was a little rough. Scrubbed the wall early. Got a little self spin after the first pit stop, and I was struggling to stay on the lead lap.
Well, you went from struggling to stay on the lead lap to battling for second and third at the end of tonight's race. So a big turnaround, a big tip of the cap, job well done, not just from you and the pit crew, but the attitude to just keep soldiering on right there. So Darren, a heck of a job here tonight. Want to ask you one quick question before we let you get to the sponsors and love views and shout outs and things of that nature. As we come to close here in season number 2, what are the plans for you and that 32 crew moving on to season number 3? We going to see you back right here in the Xfinity cars?
Oh, you will definitely see the 32 back in the field full time next season. Looking to contend for the championship.
Well, my man, you're ending the season on a high note. We'll see if you can't start it on a high note here in the next few weeks when we get things set to kick back off once again. So, Darren, with that being said, congratulations on a great podium run here tonight. Would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody on that 32 before we let you go?
Definitely like to thank the boys back in the shop, putting together a great car to come here at Phoenix. Too bad I couldn't get the win, but we brought it home on podium. Thanks to the team owner, Pat, for giving me a ride.
All right, my man. Excuse me. Well, congratulations once again, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you here in the next few weeks.
Thanks, Dave.
There you have it. That was your third place finisher here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. That's going to move us right along the list. We'll see if we can't catch in and have a word with the driver that walked away in second here tonight. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a word with that 44 of Jason Ayerson. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dave, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. You sound like you're feeling great, too.
Oh, man, I'm fired up. How about that race tonight? That was a lot of fun. Kind of lucked out there at the end, but, man, that was it's good to be talking to you again, man.
Yeah, heck of a run there towards the end of tonight's race. Want to talk about that battle real quick? A hot and heavy battle between yourself and the 32 crew. Did you think you had what it took underneath that Camaro's hood to get the job done and walk away in second?
Man, it was tough. He was coming, and I was just doing everything I could, trying to hit my marks and not screw it up. I'm fired up to get, a podium finish, and I got a lot of people watching and everything, and it's just like, yeah, I just had a so-so season, but I think we finally pulled it together at the end. And Darren, he was a gentleman. He could have got around me or punted me.
Well, you mentioned a so-so season. You were one of those championship 4 drivers, so a good season, and I believe you're going to be able to make up a little bit of ground on the 2 drivers that were in front of you with that second-place finish here tonight, so maybe even walking away second, possibly third in the overall championship, so not anything to kind of hang your head about there, Jason. A heck of a run all season long, and as we close out this season, what are your plans for next season, for season number 3? Are we going to see you back in this Xfinity car again?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I started to fill out my registration form, and then I got busy around here at the homestead, and I didn't get her done. But yes, I'm going to be back, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think it's a great league. Everybody races respectful, and it's a lot of fun.
All right, my man. Well, again, Jason, congratulations on a great run here tonight. Congratulations on a great run here in season number 2 for the RB Rigs Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Absolutely. I'd like to, say shout out to all my friends who watch and give me the thumbs up every week when I send them the stuff. And sometimes they razz me at work, sometimes they don't, and sometimes they say, "Well, I didn't click on it." For Jim being a teammate, all the admins, uh, Dave, you for broadcasting this, and like to thank my wife for allowing me to do this, and my mom down in Florida who's watching. I'm coming next week to get you, Mom. You're coming back to Michigan.
All right. Well, Jason, man, again, congratulations on a great run all season long, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you in season 3.
All right. Thanks a lot.
There you have it. Final words from the driver walking away second here tonight. That was Jason Ayrson, and that's going to move us right along to the driver that walked away with yet another race win. Todd Cray back in victory lane. Deja vu. How you feeling after this one?
Yeah, buddy, feeling good. Back to back there. Um, it's a fun race. A lot of green flag. Some green flag pit stops are always fun. Little strategy played there. Was keeping an eye on Justin. After that first run there, he was really tracking me down. So we had to make some adjustments to our driving style there and save a little more tire and turn that car with the gas pedal a little more. And seemed to work out. And he got a short pit there. And once he took a short pit, really put us in command to put it on cruise control.
Well, Todd, two dominating performances back-to-back nights, one in a truck, one right here in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. We already know your plans for next season. So, I mean, what is there left for you to do? Are you going to go out there tomorrow night and try to mix things up with some of those Cup boys?
Actually, I hadn't run any cup this year. I think when you run the truck series, you don't really jump 2 series. But you never know. If boys will let me in, I'll take a shot at it tomorrow night. We got a good. You take a week like this, and it's momentum. Momentum. We had it coming into the championship, and pretty cool coming out here. I mean, congratulations to Justin on the championship, and just a fun league to race in, and Don and Justin and Swift Motorsports, and but yeah, we're definitely showed them a little what we're going to bring to them next season. So you know, bringing our A game.
Absolutely, my man. Well, always a pleasure to catch up with you in post-race interviews. So you know the drill. Shout-outs, thank yous, love yous.
Yep. We'll stick to the RB rigs for putting on the series. Swift Motorsports, Turn 3 Racing Network, Infinite Hero, Chips Ahoy Cookies, Cousin Jess, Cousin Trixie. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, Todd, my man. Well, if we don't hear anything about you tomorrow night, then we'll look to catch up with you in season 3.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the great broadcast, buddy.
All right, there you go. There you have it. Walking away with yet another race win on the season. Todd Cray gonna capture the flag here tonight, and that's gonna move us to this man right here, your season number 2 champion, getting the job done. Justin Gann, how heavy is that trophy?
Oh man, I could barely pick it up. I'm super excited to get the championship this season. So it's been a great one, man. A bunch of tough drivers.
Well,
Had a
heavy. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying how fun it was.
I would say heavy trophy makes those 12-ounce curls a little lighter. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right.
Well,
I got a big old champagne bottle here today.
I hear you. Heck of a run for you there tonight. You ran pretty much. It seemed like you took a little bit off of that first run in the beginning, and it really paid dividends towards the end of that first green flag run. Since that, you were pretty much inside the top 5 all night. How concerned and worried were you with that late race caution?
Yeah, I mean, I had about 17 seconds or so on third coming into the pits, and that caution really set me back, and I couldn't make it back up in time for that last run. I couldn't even catch the field when the flag came out for the green. Um, it was disappointing because I definitely had at least a second place car, but I mean overall you can't complain about one caution in a race with this many laps in it.
Absolutely. I would have to agree from a race fan standpoint as well as, obviously a broadcaster standpoint. Always good when you can go green flag. And well, Justin, I don't want to cut things short with you, but I know you got a lot of post-race celebrating to do. I mean, a heck of a job, man. What's your plans for season number 3? We got to see you right back here in these Xfinity cars.
Oh yeah, I'll be racing Xfinity and Cup for sure next season. You know, who knows what's going to happen? We have some big changes coming to season 3. I'm gonna make those announcements on Friday, and I think the drivers are gonna like it. It's we try to listen to the drivers and implement what we can, and make this a place that drivers want to come, want to race, and have a blast doing it. So we're definitely promoting that, and we're promoting our family friendly atmosphere. That's a big plus for our league. Um, and again, if there's anybody out there looking for a league, we're getting ready to start recruitment on next week. So keep a lookout for that.
All right, Justin. Well, again, my man, congratulations with walking away with the Big Boy Trophy, the Season 2 championship right here in the RB Rigs Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Before we let you go, we'll hand the mic over. Shout-outs, thank yous, love yous. Want to thank anybody on that 30?
Oh yeah, I got to thank the teammates, 4X, for everything that they've done all season. Everybody's had huge improvements, and it shows on the track, especially tonight. I've got to thank all that administration that put the hard work in this season. I've got to thank you, Dave, for putting on the broadcast. Can't wait to have you come back for next season. We're looking forward to that. So, again, thank you guys for everything that you do over there at Turn 3.
Well, again, thank you for the kind words, and a heck of a job this season. It's been a pleasure watching you all year long, and we'll look to catch up with you here in the next few weeks. I don't know. I might pop myself into one of them recruitment races.
Oh, there we go.
Haha, coming for you.
All right.
All right, we'll see you in a couple weeks, my man.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
There you have it. Final words from your Season 2 champion right here in the RB Rigs Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Not much left to do for us here from the Raceway. That's going to conclude our coverage of the championship week here in the Swift Motorsports stable. Heck of a night here tonight. My goodness, what a way to end things off. What a way to close out season number 2. And it looks like producers hitting those buttons. So let's go ahead and run down tonight's unofficial race results. Taking the race win here tonight, the 22 of Todd Craig. Jason Harrison going to walk away in second. Third place goes to Darren Clement, your Season 2 champion. Going to finish tonight's race back in the fourth spot. Tommy Haynes will round out your top 5. If you haven't already, race fans, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live, and that will get you notified for some big breaking news coming up right here about Swift Motorsports a little later on throughout this month. So keep your eyes peeled. And well, with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and as always, until next time, we'll meet you in turn 3.